Hey everybody, it's Ultimo Gallows here, DIY Mississippi Filmworks with another one of these IWTV show reviews. Now this is from July 24th. It aired live. I watched it live, and at the time I was supposed to do a review of it with a friend of mine on his YouTube channel / podcast, and he didn't get to finish the event that night, so we just it didn't happen. This is Paradigm Pro, which is based out of like Southern Indiana, from my understanding. Paradigm Pro Wrestling's event, Heavy Hitters 2. This is a shoot style event, which means there's like points and like it's hard to explain. It's kind of like a mixture of MMA and wrestling. I'm gonna start off. Our first match on the event here was the Paradigm Pro Wrestling Championship title holder Cole Radrick taking on Freddie Hudson. I'd heard of Cole before. Freddie I hadn't. Okay match. Nothing about it was that impressive. We're going to get to our first round match from the Heavy Hitters tournament. We got UWFI rules. Filthy Tom Lawler, yep, MLW, former MLW World Champion, taking on Calvin Tankman. Now Tankman's one of these guys I've been hearing about for a while. I'm like, man, I got to see this guy. Tankman was impressive. Took on Tom Lawler, and he tried his best, but Lawler, more skills. Great match. Lawler ends up winning. Then we got Bobby Beverly taking on White Trash Ron Mathis. I'd seen Ron Mathis before on like an H2O show or maybe a ICW No Holds Barred show. Bobby Beverly had heard. This was a street fight. Doors and all that shit. Fun match, but couldn't compare it to the match that happened before. Then we got our next first round match with UWFI rules, which is Devontae's taking on a great name for a wrestler. Dude was impressive on me. Hoodfoot Mo Atlas. This was another fun little match. Hoodfoot just impressed me with, the name like Hoodfoot. Okay, that's a weird name. I'm going to check this out. Kind of heavy-set guy who can move and could take a beating. Good match. Then our next first round match is going to be a street fight between Nolan Edwards and Kevin Koo. Kevin Koo is part of the, Violence is Forever group with Dominic Guarini. Okay match. Kevin Koo impressed me. Nolan Edwards, none about him stood out. Our next match is another UWFI rules match, first round. Now, this was a long show, people. This show started at like 6:30 and went all the way to 10 o'clock. Gary J, the Robo Ginger, the Barn Owl. If you enjoy Gary J, search here on DIY Mississippi Filmworks. You will see Gary J taking on one of the best wrestlers in the South, one of the best wrestlers in Mississippi, Ray Fury. And Gary J's taking on Dominic Guarini. This was a badass match, man. I knew it was going to be stiff because Gary J likes being stiff and just chopping the hell out of people. And Dominic Guarini ain't going to pull back. They beat the living hell out of each other. Great match. Probably match of the night almost. Our next one, this is going to be another UWFI rules match. It's going to be AJ Gray taking on Aaron Williams. Aaron Williams, I'd never heard of AJ Gray. I had. Remember right, Williams won. Okay match. Nothing special about it. Then we get another street fight, and this is the one I'm like, yeah. We got Brett Eisen, the human pit bull, just a big, tough MFer, taking on Bradley Prescott the Fourth. And Bradley Prescott comes out with his beer, and he's kind of doing like the preppy douche. Okay, if you grew up in the South, you all knew the rich kid that, he had the brand new truck, and he had, had the cowboy boots, but, he never rode a horse in his life. That his dad would buy him beer and all that. That's what Bradley Prescott the Fourth is, and Brett Eisen just beat the ever-loving hell out of it. Great match. Next match, this is a UWFI rules match again. Eric Choo Choo Stevens. How many out there going to get that joke about me calling him Choo Choo? Probably none of y'all. Taking on Big Perk Percy Davis. Never seen Big Perk before, and wasn't it taking a bunch of Big Perks as we got Ted DiBiase Sr. in trouble? But Eric Stevens, impressive guy. I like this new, his comeback run. It's been fairly good. Next match, WWFI rules match. Flash Thompson. I'm like, man, ain't that Spider-Man's nemesis? Taking on Justin Kyle. Straight up, honestly, neither guy stood out to me. I was cheering on Flash Thompson just because of the name. Then, another first round match. There was a lot of first rounds because the second round, I'll explain that in a minute, was Lee Moriarty, who I've heard of and seen once before, taking on Chris Dickinson. And Chris Dickinson came to fight, and he brought a fight, and Lee Moriarty tried his best, but Dickinson ended up winning. Then our last match of round one, Matt Justice taking on UFC Hall of Famer Stephon Bonner. I've seen Matthew Justice before. I think he was ICW No Holds Barred. Bonner, of course, I've seen fight. Man, it looked like through a lot of those people did not tell Bonner, hey, we're working here, we're not shooting. He just beats the ever-loving shit out of Matthew Justice, fucked him up bad. Like, Justice's face was all busted up and all that. And then when this was like, man, how are they going to do round two? Round two was simple. 10 people from the first round that won. They put them like 4 at a time in the ring, and when one got eliminated, somebody else came out. And that's how they did it. Good way to end it, but it really felt rushed, like they had to be out of the arena by then. But I'm definitely Paradigm Pro. You got my attention. I'm gonna check out some more of your shows, and you introduced me some new talent. You know, people like let's see here. Go back. Of course, let's see. Bradley Prescott the fourth. Never heard of him. Fan now. Aaron Williams. Hoodfoot. Mo Atlas. Hell yeah. And even Calvin Tankman. You know, all of them. You know, and the weird thing is, you know, their big title match, probably the worst match on the card to me. If you're not going to have time to watch the whole event, watch Tom Lawler versus Tankman. Watch Hoodfoot versus Devontae just to see Hoodfoot. He was entertaining. Gary J versus Dominic Guarini's the best match in round one. It's just, oh man, it's so good. And then Brett Eisen versus Bradley Prescott. And then on the other first round match, I'd really say watch. Well, the only two would be Lee Moriarty versus Dickinson and Matthew Justice versus Stefan Bonner, just to see, man, Bonner, he was potatoing the hell out of Matthew Justice, man. There was so many potatoes there, whoo. And then the final. But definitely a show worth checking out. Check out some Paradigm Pro on IWTV. Remember, IWTV, if you love wrestling but you're tired of WWE's BS, but you're like, you know what, I still want to watch some wrestling. Same price as WWE Network, you get so much more. You get all these events, you get live events, you get, you know, they have a few shoot interviews, they got all kinds of stuff. They recently did a sit down where you got to ask Nick Gage questions. You tweeted out a question, he'd answer, and he answered the question that was on everybody's mind. Would David Bix's fans survive in prison? If you want to know the answer, and come on now, we all know Bix wouldn't survive in prison unless he went snitching. Oh, Bix snitching? He would never do that. I don't think Bix would ever call the fire marshal. What? You know, get you an IWTV subscription. They offer free, like, 7-day trials. Talk to your favorite independent wrestler. A lot of them have promo codes. If you use that, you get 7 days for free. And if you convert that over to a paid subscription, your favorite independent wrestler will get a cut. A lot of these independent promotions have the same thing. Help out the indies. Thank you for watching, everybody. And remember, if you enjoyed that, give me that thumbs up. Leave a comment, subscribe. And for comments, is anybody else out there ever watching kind of shoot style stuff? You know, UWFI, Battle Arts, you know, where it was MMA but worked MMA. You know what I'm saying? You know, they fought like MMA, but they knew who was going to win. It's the first American event I've seen like this besides one of the blood sports, so I'm enjoying it. All right, everybody, we're out of here. Laters.